Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kristen and today I'm going to show you how I did these Frosty the Snowman nails. And I also did 2 icicle nails and 1 snow effect nail. The first thing I'm going to use is the Super Diamond Gel Glue by Notpolish, and that is their gem adhesive. And I'm going to go ahead and just paint that on the underside of the pointer finger and the pinky finger. This is how I'm going to create my icicle nail. Please excuse my practice hand. I know she looks a little rough. Her armature's trying to work its way through, but I love her. I'm not quite ready for a new one, so I'm going to stick it out with her for a little bit longer. She is a red Iguana practice hand, in case you're wondering. And I probably the next time will just go ahead and get the half hand, because I never do the thumb because it doesn't make it in pictures. So the next step on the icicle nails, I'm going to go ahead and place a piece of saran wrap on the back side, and then take my dotting tool and just kind of mash it in and around just to give it texture. And I'll go back and forth and play in case any areas pop up, and this is before I cure it. Once I get it to where I like, I'm going to go ahead and just give it a full cure. After it's fully cured, the saran wrap should just pull right off. It won't get sticky or anything to it. And there we go. We have our little icicle nails. Starting with the pinky nail, I'm going to just go ahead and place a bead of this beautiful blue. It's like a light dusty baby blue called Azure by Notpolish. And I'm just going to place that and then kind of ombre it over the icicle portion of the nail and move on to the next one. So this nail will be a full nail of that Azure. I hope I'm saying it right. It is Azure. I'm probably messing it all up. I apologize, but it is a really pretty baby blue.
Now this Christmas, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance, 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 come on. We're gonna dance, dance, have a good time, dance, dance, all night long. We're gonna dance, dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling, or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
The middle finger is going to be an ombre, so I'm going to go ahead and start out with that same blue, and then I will move on to the pointer finger and ombre it over that icicle nail, and then I will move back to the middle finger to go ahead and complete my ombre with another color. So I still kind of wanted to stick with that snowy, icy feeling, hence it being a Frosty the Snowman themed set. And so what I am using here is from the Candy Coated Collection by Notpolish, and it is called Vanilla Cream, and it is kind of like a frosted white. I do go ahead and just add a little bit more of that blue because I was seeing a little bit of a line I wanted to cover up. So I just went ahead and touched up my ombre with the blue. I'm going to go ahead and use the clear by Notpolish to cap all of the nails so that I can protect my ombre. And of course, if you remember, the icicle nails, everything was done on the bottom, so I want to go ahead and build up those two nails as well.
Christmas lights are all around. I can see them now. It's like they spell your name. It's insane. Now we're back here once again. Holidays and cheer. But now I got my eye set on you. I'm not gonna play it safe. It's going down on Christmas Day. 'Cause
Before I cap the middle finger, I am going to go ahead and put my snowflakes that I'm going to encapsulate. So I did 4 snowflakes down the length of the nail, and I just play with them till I liked where they were at. And that's a little tip I do. I bend it a little bit so it will bend with the arch of the nail, and then I place a little bit of clear acrylic and then just set it in.
always got you on my mind, but I know this time you're on top of my list. Only wish, and as we decorate the tree, only you and me. I'll be making plans, make you understand.
Just so those snowflakes have a minute to set up in that acrylic and not move when I cap that nail, I'm going to go ahead and jump to the pointer finger and cap that one first, and then I'll go back to the middle finger and cap that one.
'Cause I've been trying to tell you in every way. Yeah, I've been trying to show you, but somehow fail. I wanna have someone to hold. Walking through the falling snow. Oh, oh. I've been trying to tell you in every way, but now I'll get it done. I'm not gonna wait and right around the mistletoe. I'm gonna let my feelings show. Oh, I've been waiting for so long for you, but now I got it planned. I know just what to do. 'Cause I've been trying to tell you in every way. Yeah, I've been trying to show you, but somehow fail. I wanna have someone to hold. Walking through the falling snow. Oh, oh. I've been trying to tell you in every way, but now I'll get it done. I'm not gonna wait and right around the mistletoe. I'm gonna let my feelings show. Oh, oh. I've been trying to tell you. Wanna have someone to hold. Walking through the falling snow. I'm no longer going away. Right around the mistletoe. I'm gonna let
I am going to go ahead and file and buff off camera because it's my practice hand like I usually do. Anybody interested in seeing my file out routine, I do leave them in most of my Watch Me Work videos where I'm actually working on a real person. But before I jump to that, I did want to talk about the icicle nails just a little bit. On the other side, there may be some sharp points. You just want to take a nail clipper and clip those off, run your finger over it, and make sure there are no sharp points. Moving on to Frosty, I'm going to start out with these two colors, black and white, by Profilesbackstage. It is their frosting gel paints, and as you can see by the condition of my containers, they are well loved. Any other colors I use, I will go ahead and pop them up on the screen, show you what they are. And if I have a discount code, I will also pop that up on the screen or down in the description box, which for Profilesbackstage I do, and it will be linked down in the description box for you.
Off my man. You're the only one who can save the day. Say yea or nay. Now will you pull my sleigh?
So I mixed a little bit of that black with the white, and I am going to use that to make his hat. And this is the hat portion of the hat, and I will use straight black to do the ribbon that's across it.
Rudolph, my boy, now don't you act so coy. Let us go and fill all the little children's hearts with joy.
For some reason, this is one color that I did not pop up, but what I used for this pink, which ends up changing a little bit, I end up brightening it up a good bit. I started out with the pink, it's like a fuchsia pink, by Young Nails in their Mission Control paints, and it is called Mega Jam. And I went ahead and mixed it with white just to tone it down. Now the color that I am using is also by Mission Control, and it is Sonic for the center of the flower. I'm going to go ahead and start outlining everything, and I'm only going to do it very lightly to begin with because I will go back in after I get it a little more smoothed out and do a real nice, neat outline. But right now I'm just trying to establish where things are going to be and just go back over and correct anything I mess up, and I just kind of go back and forth and until I like it.
Rudolph, pretty please, don't be such a tease. Let's have some fun and go make this a Merry Christmas for everyone. Merry Christmas for everyone. Merry Christmas for everyone.
Whoa, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh. La, da, da, da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, spend my time.
Now I am going to go ahead and draw out the top of his hat. The only thing that I wish I would have done different, I guess a little bit, the picture I had of him, he had a little more rounded hat, and some of the other pictures had a little more square hat, and I kind of ended up liking the square hat better. But of course the reference picture I had, I don't know if it was the angle he was at or whatever, it made it look a little more rounded, so that's kind of what I copied. And then I saw other pictures and I was like, oh, I wish I did it that way.
Christmas memories, oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh. La, da, da, da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree, and I've lit my house with Christmas lights. So you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning,
Here I am going to go ahead and drop his swoop down a little bit more. The picture, I was like, I think it's a little more narrow in the center, so that's all I did. I went back over the gray, made the swoop a little more exaggerated, and I am flash curing in between when I get something that I like done, or if I need to paint over it, I am going to go ahead and flash cure it. And then right here, because that black was already flash cured, I just dropped the ribbon totally on the upper portion too. So I filled it in with the gray just to bring that whole ribbon down a little bit lower on his hat. That is another nice thing with the gel paints. You know, you can wipe it off if it's not cured, but it's not permanent if it's cured either. You can always paint over it, shadow things out, or, you know, find little cures. I'm going to go ahead and just give Frosty a second coat, brighten him back up before I start on his facial features. The red that I'm going to use for his nose is the Mission Control Paints Red by Young Nails also. And I'm just going to use my dotting tool to give him a nice little round nose, cure that, and then he has a little tiny white dot in his red nose. At this point, I did decide to go ahead with a nice base coat just to smooth him all out. So then when I go back in with my final outlining and the detailed facial features, they'll all be real smooth. Now I'm working on the eyes. Oh my God, those eyes. They were fun. They were fun. I don't know why. The coffee I had just drank again, of course, because you know I never learned my lesson, or just they're just so small and just a certain shape. Yeah, they were really giving me a good time. So I just used my 3D brush with a little bit of Swipe by Young Nails to clean up wherever I needed to. As you can see, that's all I was doing there, and cured it when I liked it. And then went ahead and used my dotting tool to do the center of his eyes. And now I am using my Macart little tiny art brush, which I absolutely love. I have it linked in my Amazon storefront if you're interested in checking it out. It comes in a pack of 3, a pink one, a white one, and a black one, I believe. I absolutely love it. And I am just drawing out his mouth, and when I'm happy with that, I'll give it a cure also. For the center of Frosty's mouth, I'm going to use the same teal color that I used for the center of the flower, which I will touch back up. I know you can't really see it right now. Once again, it's called Sonic. I'm going to go ahead and just take a little bit of white and give his hat a highlight. And now that he's nice and smooth, I'm going to go ahead and really refine all of his outlining and touch all of that up.
For the Christmases of old, when all was right and the candlelight would glow, where we used to play in a wintry wonderland, and we'd hear carols sung from Rudolph's marching band. Oh, how I wish for the Christmases of old.
Now I'm going to add just straight Mega Jam to that light pink version of it, just to make that flower pop.
Where we used to play in a wintry wonderland, and we'd hear carols sung from Rudolph's marching band, and we'd hear.
So while I was touching my flower up, I decided that I didn't like how light the gray in his hat was. So I went ahead and I mixed myself a little bit darker gray, and I touched up his hat. I went over the whole hat and just darkened up his gray.
Let's go outside. The snow is falling down and every child is having so much fun. The snowman is twice the size as me, with a smile as quirky as mine. We're holding hands to keep each other warm while we stand and watch a choir performing all the Christmas songs that we love. Yeah, all the Christmas songs that we love.
Just to smooth them out one final time, I'm going to go ahead and use my Madam Glam base coat. I am going to use Gloss It by Notpolish to go ahead and top coat the pinky and the pointer finger. And I'm only going to do the top side. I know on clear fingers or clear nails, we do like to do the glossy on the underside also. But for this, you don't want to do that because you'll just fill in all your ridges that actually give you that ice effect.
So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh.
Now I am going to go ahead and use the same white gel paint that I used for Frosty to go ahead and paint some icicles on both the pointer and the pinky. And they're actually kind of easier. It's almost the messier and the less you think about it, the easier it is to do. Every time, you know, I used to try to think about, oh, I got to make them look like that. No, it didn't work. But if I just kind of squiggle and pull down and then try and narrow it out at the bottom, they just fall into place. I am not going to cure that gel polish just yet because I am going to sugar these. And I will just leave them both uncured and sugar them both at the same time. I was brave that day.
Beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh, 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 ooh. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas moment we'll fill with love and joy. Love and so beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you, with you.
I am going to use this fine glitter by Glitter Bells called Crystal Fine to sugar these nails. And I am going to sprinkle that right into that uncured gel paint and tap off the excess. And I do I'll go with a little second coat just to make sure it's set in there real well. And then I will cure it.
Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside.
Well, I really wanted to create a nail that looked like it was snowing. So this is what I came up with. I am going to go ahead and use this color by Madam Glam called Polka Bunny. And it is basically like their Dalmatian or any of those eggshell paints. It is a clear with the white dots. How perfect for snow. And then I'm going to go over Frosty and my snow nail with Mat It. In my final video, I will do a close-up of that falling snow looking nail. And I just absolutely fell in love with the effect. So you can kind of see it really good right there. But yeah, I will zoom in for you so you can really get a good look at it in my final video.
And I can promise.
To finish off my falling snow nail, I'm going to go ahead and give it an icicle, that's what it's called. Get it out. An icicle topper also. And that will complete my set. I hope you love it as much as I do. I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys the final video. And as I said, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in close so you can see that snowflake background with this falling snow effect in front of it. It's super cute. I do appreciate it. If you guys would like, share, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Here we go. gonna dance, dance, have a good time. Dance, dance, all night long. We're gonna dance, dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song.